Okay, let's get right down to business. Let's dig the dirt. I spoke to two congressmen over the Veterans Day holiday, which were very, very adamant that there will be an extension pass for unemployed and possibly something for Tier 5 to get us through the holidays and maybe to the end of 2011. And I'm praying these speculations are correct, but I still think we need to continue our lobbying effort. And if it does pass, it's because the GOP was told by the Federal Reserve to go along with this and let it pass. Make no assumptions that our government is at the helm of this ship. We are being guided and ran by something much bigger than our government, and that is the Federal Reserve, who answers to no one, not even the President of the United States. I have no doubt that that was a missile launch on the coast of California by a Sung class submarine from China, who is probably very pissed off at our Federal Reserve right now, who is getting ready to pump $600 billion into the economy, which is going to cause a financial wave throughout the world. And of course, the Federal Reserve says it's supposed to lower interest rates on stocks and bonds and also home mortgages. But I'm sure China, which is holding a lot of our debt, is very pissed off because it basically makes the money that we owe them almost worthless. And again, the winners would be the banks, Wall Street, Lehman Brothers people, all the people who did it to us the first time are getting ready to do it to us again. And let me tell you something that happened to me Wednesday that was very shocking, why I know that they're doing it to us again. I got a call from my home insurance. Now, these are people who never, ever, ever call me. If I want something, I gotta always call them, hunt them down. Well, they called me and they said, do you still own your home? Yes, I do. Do you still know who your mortgage provider is? I said, yes, I do. And they said, well, the reason we're calling is because mortgages are being sold so fast right now that we can't keep up with the data. I mean, houses are being flipped and flipped and flipped. And now, remind you, this is the same thing that happened before the mortgage market collapse, where these banks and lending companies were selling mortgages. Well, guess what? They're doing it again. They're out there and they're flipping these houses again. So you tell me, what do you think is happening? What I think that they're going to make a lot more money off of this quantitative ease that they're getting ready to pull off, and that unemployment just doesn't really matter. If it keeps our mouth shut as they destroy this country, then they're all good with it, at least for another year. I hope everybody watched the Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura show last night, because it was a very good, very, 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 very good show. And they mentioned these sites called residential communities or residential centers. And I've seen one. I seen one right here in California, and it was just not even 2 weeks ago. I was at former Mather Air Force Base, and they had this compound there with swings and stuff for kids, and it was a former dormitory and stuff. I was like, what is that? Why is that there? Who lives on this base? I mean, yeah, we have different companies there, but no one that I know lives there. And the people that were there just didn't seem very happy. And it was a residential center. And I don't know who's there or what they're there for, but on Jesse Venture's show that aired last night, it talked about residential centers. So I hope everybody gets a chance to see that, because it's a very interesting article. And Solitary Fractions, TRK, myself, and probably a few more people out here, they also mentioned fusion centers. And basically, fusion centers got information on people who don't agree with the system and how it's run. So, guys, I'm sure we're probably in that database of fusion centers, and I know Secure Funds definitely is because he's been attacked by him already. So I'm going to put a link to the Alex Jones channel where he talks about these fusion centers, and just to make you guys aware that if you don't agree with what's going on and you're not in that tunnel going down into that deep hole, they will watch you. So in closing and recapping here, I do believe that we need to continue the advocacy of getting these unemployment extensions extended through the holidays at least, and up until maybe the first quarter of 2011. But I also believe that we as Americans have a bigger problem, and it's going to bite us in the butt a lot harder than unemployment has ever bitten us if we don't get this government in check. We are the people, for the people, and this country is run by the people, not the politicians or the big money giants out there. So as we look for our unemployment and asking our country to create jobs, we need to also make sure our government understands that we are a democracy and that we should be ran as one.
We'd like to do a poem for you called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," primarily because it won't be. You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Mendel Rivers to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner. The revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on reports from 29 districts. The revolution will not be